Alright guys, welcome back to the Wazir Dude Metal Casting Workshop. So, in this furnace right now, I've got a 10 kilogram crucible and a bunch of these brass fittings. There's a lot in there. So we're going to start melting that, and it should drop down and fill up maybe like a quarter of that 10 kilogram crucible once it's all melted. And then we're gonna start dropping these big things in there. This is the bottom part of the sinks for the bathroom sinks. And I have a lot of them. So we're gonna try to melt a bunch of those. This is all brass. I don't like melting brass, but I have to melt it to turn it from big ugly things into something pretty that I can stack on the shelf. I'm just gonna make a bunch of these 5-pound bars using that big mold right there. And when I'm done, it should look like, you know, a stack of golden bars, so that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, let's get that going. Find my beer. Here we go. Wazir Dude. Cheers, by the way. You can see my dog over there in the corner. She always guards my treasure. Ain't that right, Sadie? Oh, you're a good baby, Sadie. Oh, you're a good baby, Sadie. You can see my stack is right here. She always lays right in front of it. I don't know why. I didn't train her to do that. It's just what she does. But alright guys, so like I've said before, I do not like melting brass because it's got zinc in it. It's copper and zinc mixed together to make brass, and zinc is a pain, man. You'll see what I'm doing. Like that crucible right now, it's all clean, it's all nice, but by the time I'm done, it'll be caked in white stuff, and there's really no way around it. So whatever, it is what it is. Let me get this thing fired up. Alright, so I got a little piece of toilet paper here. I just throw this in there after I light it on fire. It's like the safest way to do this. Alright, well that's the first time that ever happened. Instead of catching on fire, it just shot it out of the top. That was super weird. I've never seen that happen before. I don't know why it keeps doing that, man. That is fucking... That's kind of upsetting, honestly. It's never done that before, and now it did it twice in a row. Cooking now. We're going to give that about 10 or 15 minutes to just melt all the way down, and then we'll start adding in these other pieces over here, and we'll see how many we can get done today. taking out the dross right now. There's quite a bit of it. Another reason I hate working with brass is because of all the smoke. It creates a lot of toxic fumes. So if you're going to be melting brass, make sure you have the right safety equipment or a well ventilated area. Like my workshop is very well ventilated. But damn, that's a lot of brass. And that's a lot of dross too. There's got to be over 10 pounds of brass in this crucible right now melted. It is super, super hot. We're right around 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now what I'm doing is mixing it up really good. Trying to get any dross that might be stuck to the bottom loosened up to float to the top. Alright guys, now we're left with some very, very clean brass. We're going to get ready to pour, alright? And hopefully we don't have any steam explosions. I didn't heat up the mold first like I should have, but we'll see what happens. Damn it, man. The fucking fire brick stuck to the bottom. Oh, there we go. What a pain in the ass. Alright guys, let's see what happens. That should be a very nice 5-pound bar. We're gonna let that cool for a minute, and I gotta do some work on the crucible to get that fire brick from underneath it that's stuck to it. So I'll pause the recording and we'll get back to it and continue melting. Alright guys, the brass bar is cooling down. I got a lot of brass still in the crucible, and I got the crucible back in the furnace. So we're gonna fire that thing up again and continue melting. We'll see how many bars we can get today. full green flame. Alright guys, here we go again. Alright, that is a lot of hot metal. And that was also one of the ugliest pours I've ever done. It's just all over the place. But I'm sure we got over 10 pounds easy. Maybe closer to 15 pounds. That is a lot of brass. And it's super hot, man. Like even being as close as I am, like 2.5 feet away, 3 feet away. Like I can feel the heat from those bars. It's really, really hot. I would keep going and keep melting, but my battery's about to die on my camera, so I'm just gonna record until it dies, which should be very soon. It's blinking a red light right now. I'll do another video after this, and after I change out the battery, and then we'll get a weight on it and see how much brass we came out with. But I'm guessing like around 15 pounds.